Hello, you have arrived. Welcome to Top 5, Dead or Alive.
Hello and welcome to Top 5 Dead or Alive. I'm your host, Taylor Huff. Today we have a special edition of the bracketology series we've been doing, our third bracket now, the superhero bracket. It's Marvel versus DC and a duel to the death. They won't be dying, but... And our special guest today, the one, the only, Stephen Rockstraw.
Oh, thank you, Huff. Such a gentleman for having me on. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you for being on and giving your expertise in this subject.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes.
So today we're going to go through. There'll be a Marvel region. It'll just be 2 regions of 16 instead of 4 regions of 8, and so there'll be a Marvel side and a DC side, and then eventually we'll decide who's better, Marvel or DC, in the championship.
All right.
Does that sound good to you?
I'm in. I'm in for sure.
So I've made the bracket, and it'll be in the show notes. I've seeded them 1 through 16 on each side, and I didn't really have data points like I did in the fast food episode where it'd be like franchise locations that I could do, but I just kind of ranked them by what I thought was their strengths and stuff were. So we'll just kind of go on that and see who wins.
I do like looking a little bit ahead. I do like that you have some of the weaker dudes higher than actual
Yeah, we'll get to it, but I, especially one here on the Marvel side, is very powerful. And then, let me look. Yeah, there's at least, yeah. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. But as always with, like we've already seen in the NCAA tournament, there's upsets that happen all the time. Like Oral Roberts University was a 15 seed and they beat Ohio State. Just, I think that was yesterday.
Suck at Ohio State.
The Oral Roberts University. You know how they always introduce Ohio State as the Ohio State University.
It's so goofy, but I love it.
So, yeah, when Oral Roberts won, the commentator said, the Oral Roberts University beat Ohio State. Mocking Ohio State.
Such a weird name for a bracketed team Roberts to beat Ohio State. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into it. All right. In the Marvel region, we have Captain America versus Quicksilver. And first off, let's just appreciate Quicksilver's cameo in WandaVision. Did you watch WandaVision?
Oh, yeah, of course. Supposed Quicksilver.
Oh,
I think there's... Go ahead.
Well, who would you think it would be if it wasn't Quicksilver?
Did you watch the ending of it?
I mean, I know, like, it wasn't really him, right? Because Agatha was like controlling them. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, they made it so that he was just a normal person, but I'm hoping we see a change in that. We could see something different.
Okay. Yeah. So if we look at Captain America, according to my Marvel directory, he's 6'2", 240 pounds, blue eyes, blonde hair. His strength level his strength level says Captain America represents the pinnacle of human physical perfection. While not superhuman, he is as strong as a human being can be. He can lift a maximum of 800 pounds with supreme effort. Known superhuman powers, he has agility, strength, speed, endurance, and reaction time superior to any Olympic athlete who ever competed. So yeah, he's the super soldier, and Quicksilver is very fast. Let's see what Quicksilver's
I wonder.
powers are.
I can't imagine he's got more than that. Let's.
Yeah, it just says superhuman speed. So it says 770 miles per hour, which, that's pretty fast.
That is pretty fast.
And then it says molecular destabilization.
So what is?
It says being able to vibrate his molecular structure at high speeds. So I guess it would just.
So he doesn't die from how fast he's going?
Yeah,
That's
basically.
Cool. That's funny.
I guess enhanced strength too and enhanced durability.
See,
so
that's a hard one.
Well, it
because Captain America he's got superhuman strength. He's crazy strong.
Yeah.
He's got the shield that can't break, apparently.
Right.
He's smarter than Quicksilver. He's older than Quicksilver, a lot older. So I would expect him to have a little bit more brain power than Quicksilver.
Right.
But he can't Quicksilver's just insanely fast. So
you run circles around him. Literally.
Yeah.
But it is you don't have to go by the seeding, but it's a 1 versus 16, and Captain America is so central to the whole Marvel universe. He's top dog pretty much, besides Captain Marvel and.
But I think that he is, and without him, a lot of stuff wouldn't have. A lot of things that happened in the movies and comics wouldn't have happened without him. But on his own, I don't think he's that strong. I think he's got a lot of weaknesses on his own. His strength is that he's a good leader and whatnot. It's kind of his thing.
Right. So ultimately, who are you taking here?
I think I'm going Quicksilver.
Wow.
I think in the end, even if he tires out, he can get somewhere else. Captain America's got to get to where he's at. And then once Quicksilver brings up his energy again, come right back and keep going at him. I think he'd have to figure it out. I think he'd be able to figure it out. But I
don't have as much as I haven't seen the X-Men movies, so I don't know.
Oh, he's way better in X-Men. Unfortunately for the way we're doing this. But because I see the I guess they both have very similar power or very similar abilities in both the movies or series or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Who are you going with?
Well, I gotta go Captain America because of his superhuman strength and his shield that can, nothing can penetrate it and everything. And because Quicksilver is fast and everything and can run 700 whatever miles per hour, but if that's all he can do, he's not going to be able to win in a fight, I feel like. So that's why I'm going to put Captain America over Quicksilver.
And to throw this into it, he does have crazy strong legs from what I'm reading because he runs so much.
Right.
Which adds a little bit, but I don't know if that actually is super. I don't think that adds to I think it's probably just as strong as a human's legs could be.
Yeah.
So yeah. Just to throw that in there in the end there.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to Wolverine versus Star-Lord.
I hate to say it, but without even thinking, Wolverine would win. I love Star-Lord. He's a really cool character. But comparatively, he's got. If we were going with all his buddies, unless we're adding Cancer into the mix. Have you seen Logan?
Oh no, I haven't seen Logan.
Okay, well, yeah. If we're adding in like a physical or like a physical illness, if we're not adding that into it, Wolverine wins every time. Because
Okay.
you can't kill him.
Yeah. So Wolverine has regenerative healing factor, foreign body immunity, superhumanly acute senses, increased strength, superhuman stamina, superhuman agility, superhuman reflexes, insulated weather adaptation, bone claws, adamantium claws, psionic resistance, and a lot of abilities as well.
And the Antium claws, I believe, are almost completely. I don't know if invulnerable is the word. They're crazy hard to break.
Yeah, virtually indestructible.
I think they
Razor
did end up
sharp.
breaking it, but it has to be by the same things that you made, or like the same material, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
Kind of like diamonds, I guess.
gotcha. And then for Star-Lord, his powers, hybrid physiology. It says he is part celestial and part human.
So he's like a
giving him
half a god. His dad's a god, so he's like,
right.
yeah.
Superhuman durability, regenerative healing factor also. So not many powers. There's a couple listed for former powers, and then he's an expert combatant, expert marksman, expert thief, expert pilot. So yeah, I think going through all that and analyzing all those, I think Wolverine definitely comes out in front.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. Let's how about you take the next one and look at Black Panther versus Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up Scarlet Witch's abilities.
Okay.
So, and we're going against Black Panther. So her main thing, her big niche, I guess, is that she has. I think it's called. Where'd it go? Her big niche is that she has chaos magic, which means she's able to alter reality, essentially.
Right.
She can,
as we see in WandaVision.
And that's something that, I mean, it's like having the dude. Who's the dude in Spider-Man 2? Far From Home. You remember what's his name? It's not Mystique. No, what the heck is his name? Mysterio. It's like being Mysterio, except actually changing stuff. It's not all fake. So just better version of Mysterio, and it not being like, I don't know how he does it in the comics, but in the movie he's got the robots and whatnot. So better version of that. She also has just straight up magic, which is there's a whole list of stuff like that. There's astral projection, which is like she can, her going into the spirit world. I don't know how much useful that would be. She can pretty much stop someone from moving altogether. You know who Colossus is?
That's a bad guy, right?
He's the metal dude. He might be. Is he the? Yeah, he's the dude from X-Men. He's the metal dude in Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she was able to stop him, and he's like crazy strong. She's able to, bring people back to life, kind of like she did with Vision. Spoilers. She's able to do chronokinesis, which is control time. She can reduce time, so make something go faster or slower. She can stop time. She can time travel, and she can.
So a lot of.
She's got a lot more. There's a whole
powers.
crazy amount of abilities. And then she's going against Black Panther. Now, Black Panther's thing is kind of similar to Iron Man in a way. I can pull up a list of his abilities, but
we're going with the.
Good.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say we're going with like him with all of his abilities, not like oh well, this is him. Okay.
Yeah, this was the one matchup that, like, I've seen Black Panther and everything, but this was the one matchup I thought that could be a upset for me. And maybe it's because I've just seen WandaVision like recently, so maybe I have a bias there. But let's look at Black Panther's abilities before we make a decision there.
So he has enhanced strength, which is one of his things that he got that's when you're the king or whatever, lord of
Right.
what's Wakanda. He's
Wakanda.
got enhanced durability, which I think is also part of that, and then enhanced speed. I believe all of those with agility, stamina, reflexes, and healing. I believe all of that is straight up from him as a person, like him as a.
Because like you attain that when you become a king, right?
I think. Now I don't know that for sure, but he's also crazy smart, which is in the comics and obviously in the movies. But he also he was able to help with the building of Wakanda and also his suit. But that was also assisted. But okay. He was martial arts is one of his main things that he uses to fight people and whatnot. He's good with swords. Multilingual pilot. These are all things he's able to do.
Yeah.
With all that, Scarlet Witch, 100%.
Yeah,
unfortunately, because I like Black
Panther.
Panther. I like Scarlet Witch as well.
Yeah,
She wins.
I love the Black Panther movie and everything, but yeah, I just think that Scarlet Witch is more powerful.
And I think his weaknesses end up depending on where you're going with her as a character. If you're going her at her most powerful or weakest, I think she wins either way.
She's like less weak. Yeah.
I think she's weaker. I mean, obviously weaker when she first learns about her powers, but even with that, I think she wins 9 times out of 10.
All right, so let's move on to Hawkeye versus Thor. And let's be honest,
this one's a little
not much of a matchup.
You've got to.
Let's look at Hawkeye's powers just for fun. Here, I got it right here. All right. Well, I thought I had it. I can't even find his powers.
I got him. Yeah,
it's like
I got him up if you want.
I mean, it's probably just marksman.
It's pretty much from what I'm reading, he's a not as good version of Legolas, but with more modern.
Here's abilities. I found it.
Because he's got things like peak human sight, so he's able to see better than any other human. But they're still, I mean, as a human still. He's crazy athletic, martial arts. He knows how to use different weapons.
Master marksman, master assassin, master martial artist, knife mastery, sword mastery, expert acrobat, and master tactician, and expert pilot. His weapons are recurve bows, specialized quiver, track arrows. All right, I'm not going to list all that, but so he does have some good abilities and everything. Thor has the what's it called? Excelsior hammer. Isn't that the formal name for it or something?
I think it's I don't know what it's actually.
It's called something.
Mjolnir or something like that. Mjolnir.
Oh yeah, Mjolnir. I don't know where I got Excelsior from. Yeah, Mjolnir. Yeah, so Thor, with everything, like Thor Ragnarok definitely displays his powers when they're fighting, what's that guy? Or the bad...
Oh, the lady?
The ultimate, lady.
Well, he first destroys the Ragnarok dude, the dude that's causes Ragnarok, but he knew he was going to beat him. The lady was whatever, his sister. Yeah. He's not able to beat her, but
there's that line that says
smarted her. Go ahead.
Isn't that line that says like I can't beat her, and he's like No, not me, but he can or something. And it's like Hulk, right?
No, it was Ragnarok. So they and I don't know again in the comics how that all happens, but what he does is he causes Ragnarok to destroy his sister, which is
Okay.
the fire dude. But the
Yeah.
Hulk does do some damage to her, I'm pretty sure. At least
Okay.
destroys the giant wolf.
So I think we're both taking the Thor over Hawkeye, right?
Yeah. Thor, even I mean, with everything, Hawkeye's pretty much main thing is he's good with arrows and he's smart. But
He's
Thor,
like Robin Hood.
he's against a god. He can't really unfortunately for him, not gonna happen.
All right, so let's move on to Hulk versus Falcon. And so Falcon and what's that new show? Falcon and the Winter Soldier is coming out on Disney Plus. And does that mean that so in which movie is this going to be? The last one, right?
Mhm.
Did Captain America actually give over his shield and everything to Falcon? So does that mean that Falcon is like kind of Captain America for a little bit?
So
Or
in Endgame, Captain America goes back in time to puts the stones back, gets real old, comes back as an old dude instead of his normal self. And then he pretty much says, I'm not gonna be Captain America anymore, gives him the shield. And then that's where we're at right now.
okay. But then like I know Chris Evans said at one point he said like he wasn't going to do it anymore, but then he like signed on for more years, I think.
Oh,
So I think
I was not aware of that.
yeah, I think he's going to if they
Dang,
do more
that could
that
be
he
cool.
will appear again.
As much as
That's what I think I saw an article that said that.
I don't like Captain America, that could be cool to have him come back in some way. But this one, I mean, this
one's not much of
to me, it's not much of a fight.
matchup
I
either.
really like Falcon as a character. I think is a little boring, but I think they're going to get him to be more exciting of a character. But again, it's someone who's a not as good version of Iron Man, which is kind of what he is.
Yeah, I've always thought he was kind of a cool character. But yeah.
But against the Hulk,
kind of like War Machine in that way when you compare it to Iron Man.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So we're both going Hulk there.
Yeah, I can't see any way unless Falcon does what I would expect Iron Man to do and just be able to outsmart him. And
doesn't he have like little missiles or something?
Yeah, he's got some cool powers.
Yeah,
he's got like a little mini Falcon that he can shoot out from him and help him out. It's kind of cool, but not enough to beat the Hulk.
All right, so I have not seen Captain Marvel, so I don't really know too much about her. But yeah, so if you could list her abilities, and then we're gonna analyze Captain Marvel versus Spider-Man.
I've got her up here. I can go through each one. She's got superhuman strength. She's got what Superman has, but I was trying to look up some weaknesses of her. She doesn't have weaknesses. It's like her weakness is like emotions, kind of like our good friend Wanda or Scarlet Witch's weakness. They both don't have any weaknesses that I can find anywhere. Like for Scarlet Witch, her weakness is she doesn't know how to control her powers. So it's like she's almost too powerful. What would have to happen is she would have to be outsmarted. Captain Marvel, her weakness is she's got to go help. She's got to go fight somewhere else. Like what they did with Endgame. I don't know.
I don't know why. If she's so powerful, that would have been kind of cool to see her more in action in Endgame. But I mean, I guess she had to go somewhere else.
It ends up being, I think, and then she's against Spider-Man. Look, Spider-Man's awesome. Spider-Man's like, there's like with everything against him. She's been alive much longer. She's pretty much Superman with less experience, not knowing as much. Not technically from another planet, but she's also was in World War II, I think, or something like. I don't know.
Okay.
She's not in World War II. She's in something else. But anyways, yeah, she's smarter. She's got pretty much everything over him. She can fly.
So he's got spider sense. It does not identify the nature of the danger, but will indicate what direction the individual needs to move in order to avoid it. This sense is also used in less dramatic situations for other reasons to ensure person's safety. Where does it say? Oh, other powers. Mark of Cain, stingers, night vision, hibernation healing, 5 senses boost, fangs, venom blast, organic webbing, control of spiders.
I didn't know that was one of his abilities.
Camouflage.
Awesome.
Okay, so because I don't know much about Captain Marvel, I put Spider-Man, but based on what you said, like she doesn't have weaknesses or anything, I think I might have to put Captain Marvel over Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't think there's a chance that Spider-Man wins without the help of other people.
Yeah. All right, so I'll put Captain Marvel over there. That's technically an upset based on the seeding, but I didn't seed her correctly based on her strength. So, let's move on to Vision against Doctor Strange. This one's very intriguing for me. I really liked Doctor Strange movie, and I really thought it was interesting. All the different like worlds and stuff he has to deal with, and then his powers. I just thought that was really cool how that movie is in that installment is in the whole universe and everything, and how that interacts with everything. And then Vision, he begins as Jarvis with Iron Man, and just seeing his development, and then his involvement as the stone. Which stone is it that is it the Mind Stone that's in his head?
I think so. Yeah, right. Oh gosh, I don't remember. I'm looking right now to see if I see it, but let me see. It's not showing
So
up.
I feel like these guys are similar, but I mean, Vision's obviously not a human, but
yeah. Here's where this is back and forth on me is Vision. Doctor Strange is probably the smartest Avenger outside of Vision, because in terms of like knowing what to do, like I mean, he told them how good or bad of a chance they had to beat Thanos.
right.
And Vision didn't even know that. So he had more. He can give. He can't tell the future, but he can give probability of what's going to happen.
Okay.
But Vision is straight up a computer. He's an AI, so he knows everything that a human can know, but all of it, not just some of it.
Here I have an article that says all of Doctor Strange's powers and abilities ranked. So number 10, flight. Number 9, summoning objects. Number 8, extreme intelligence. Number 7, teleportation. 6, astral projection. 5, energy blast. 4, protective fields, which are very famous for him. Number 3, universal awareness. Number 2, access to dimensions. And number 1, divine conduit. So that's 10 pretty major ones. Besides Vision being a computer and knowing like all the possibilities and everything, what would he bring to the table?
So one of the things that and I don't know, I'm trying to see if I can get the information on it, but Doctor Strange has the Eye of Agamemnon. Agamemnon. I don't know how to say that correctly, but
Okay.
what that does is it emit on all revealing light. It can play back recent events, and then it has telepathy.
Can like read minds and stuff.
It says it gives the user certain mystical perceptions into another's soul, and then it accompanies the wearer's astral form and is one of the few items usable in either state, which is his, I believe, his like spirit state or whatever. So like he can pretty much, and I don't know how that would compare to Vision, but he can just be like, yeah, I'm going to make you kill yourself. That's what it seems like. So I think with the difference, because Vision, so the thing I'm reading about Vision is that he has obviously superhuman intelligence. He has the nanite body, which is just crazy hard to do anything to. And I don't know, it like when you destroy it, just reheals
Like
itself.
configures itself.
Yeah. So he has like a lot of the Superman, Captain Marvel type abilities, but
Okay.
one of his things is like he can only do so much with that body. Like his strength depends on how much he puts towards that, is what this thing's saying. And some of the things, like to use all of his strength, he has to make it so he can't move, or something along those lines. And then also it says in the past, Vision's pursuit of being human would deter him. So that's some of the things that have made it kind of destroyed him. I mean, Thanos was able to take him out pretty easily.
So I know Vision is very powerful and everything, but I think my love for the movie might get in the way of this. But I think I'm gonna put Doctor Strange over Vision.
I think I am too. I think Vision, with all that, I think Doctor Strange has the ability to beat him.
Has more at his disposal.
Yeah, I think he's smarter in a way because he has things like he knows he can pick. I don't think it's every time, but I think out of 10, I think he's got the edge if they're gonna actually fight all out.
Yeah.
I think Doctor Strange got it.
All right. I think we should just pencil in Iron Man over War Machine.
Yeah.
Just basically because I didn't mean for them to go against each other, but I mean, Iron Man is basically the OG, and War Machine is like
He
the
could have just made
right?
He could have just made War Machine's suit a little weaker before they fought. It would have been easy. Unfortunately, because I like War Machine a little better. I think War Machine's super cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm with you. Iron Man wins that.
All right, so I'm trying to pull up. I have Batman here. Our next matchup is Batman versus Martian Manhunter. Oh, there we go. Okay. Batman's abilities. Peak human condition, as we see intense training in Christian Bale's version of Batman. Peak human strength, peak human durability, peak human speed, agility, stamina, reflexes, metabolism,
Oh, nice.
senses, martial artist, weapon mastery, expert marksman, acrobat, intimidation, master spy, genius. Let's see. Expert vehicular driver, micro sleep, and indomitable will, and peak human strength.
And that was Batman stuff, right?
Yeah, that's Batman.
Gotcha. I got Martian Manhunter if you want me to go through those.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and list that.
So he's got again, similar to Superman. It looks like he's not as strong in terms of Martian physiology, which pretty much says like
yeah, like he's an alien.
So shapeshifting is one of the ones that aren't part of him. He can kind of change, and it doesn't say like if there's certain things he can't, like if he can turn into like a dragon. I don't know. I think it says he can literally take control of the molecular structure of his body and manipulate them into the construct he desires. So it looks like he can do to most things. I wonder if maybe there's a limit to how big it is or whatever, but he could use that to confuse people or whatever. He's got invisibility. He's got phasing, a little bit like Vision's, superhuman durability, toxic immunity. So you can't really, I guess, poison him. With some caveats, but I can get into that in a second. Strength, stamina, regeneration, flight, superhuman speed, longevity, super hearing, super breath. So very similar to telepathy, which
Okay.
so illusions, but he's got like a lot of magic stuff. He's got
So he's got more. Yeah, he's got
telekinesis.
he might have more mystical powers, or he might have more powers than Batman, but Batman has more like peak human abilities and things like that.
Yes.
The only way I see Martian Manhunter beating Batman is if he were to change himself into something like bigger, maybe.
I think
bigger than Batman, or
well, here's the thing. For Batman, his weaknesses is he's a human.
Yeah.
But that's also his strength, because he can know, okay, this is my weakness, so I'm going to build or buy something, I guess, depending on how you look at it, that is going to make that so that doesn't matter. For example, flying, he gets around flying with like his different ability, whatever. Martian Manhunter has, and this brings back to I guess a lot of people don't like the Batman vs Superman movie, but one of the things that Batman used was Superman's kryptonite. Well, straight up kryptonite. Martian Manhunter has vulnerability to fire, but his fire, I don't think it says he's more vulnerable when he's in fire, but he like that doesn't really hurt him. What it is it's like a fear of it. He's like afraid of it. He's got some sort of mental thing against it. But also he has with the thing that he like the disease and stuff don't really hurt him. This thing, he actually has a chemical that is like straight up his weakness. So pretty much a kryptonite for him.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what that is. It doesn't really say if it's like something that's from Earth. So I don't know if it's something Batman can get his hands on. But I think Batman outsmarts him. Even though I think he would win if that wasn't the case. Martian Manhunter, because it looks like he's pretty powerful.
Martian Manhunter, pretty powerful guys.
I think it's close, but I think Batman wins that.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's look at Robin versus Cyborg. These are two Teen Titans, if you watched that show growing up. I'm going to have to pull up Cyborg. So, large portions of Victor Stone's body have been replaced by advanced mechanical parts, giving him superhuman strength, speed, stamina, and flight. His mechanically enhanced body, most of which is metallic, is far more durable than a normal human body. So he's a half human, half cyborg type, genius level intellect. And then Robin, just so I have everything here. Enhanced speed, enhanced reflexes, stamina, high strength, master detective, tactician, master martial artist, weapon specialist, and marksman. So I think these are they're seated close together, and I feel like they're pretty close together in abilities. Cyborg might edge him out. I don't know. What do you think?
I think another thing with Robin is Robin's, to me, similar to Captain America. And I know that's weird because Batman's usually the head of Robin. But I feel like I'm going to go kind of off the Teen Titans thing. Robin is much better when he has people with him. So even if it is Batman and Robin,
he's more of a leader.
Much better with Batman. And he's able to, kind of either take direction or give direction. Okay. His abilities on his own, especially because he's not the one that uses all the tools like Batman does and doesn't have like some crazy suit. He more just kind of goes off of his thinking, like intuition. Yeah, I think Cyborg wins if they're just fighting and they're on their own. But I think that's another close one because again, Robin could outsmart him. Yeah, I think, and I'm going off of the Teen Titans Cyborg and Robin.
Me too.
Not the Justice League Cyborg or the Batman and Robin. I think Cyborg wins.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Cyborg also. All right, let's move on to Shazam versus Static Shock. So I actually did not watch Static Shock. It was
Dang.
very I feel like it was a very cool show, but I never watched it when I was younger.
It's a good show.
So I'm gonna have to look up Static Shock's abilities. Didn't he ride on like a?
He had a sick ride. Yeah, he rode on like a little disc or something. I'm gonna pull up his because I know his. I know his like kind of like basic abilities, but I don't know like in terms of comics if they're any different.
So this says electromagnetic phenomena. He can control it, allowing him to manifest or manipulate both electrical and magnetic energy. They're best described as superconductor electromagnetism. I don't know if you have more than I just that was the first Google thing, but
so so for Static Shock, he's got what you said. He's got electrokinesis, which gives him like force bolts, ball. He has attack abilities. He's smart, and in the movie or in the show he's a teenager, so he like makes a lot of that's like one of his weaknesses. But if we're going off of kind of his main like his comic book thing, which I think makes more sense because Shazam's got the one movie. He's so Static Shock's smart. He can speak a lot of different languages, which I don't know how much that's going to help him. But his weaknesses are very specific things. I don't know much about Shazam, but I don't know him to just straight up like, oh, this is the way to go about this. I think he just kind of beats people up because his abilities are again kind of like Superman's. Most people kind of compare the two because they have a lot of the same abilities.
You're saying Shazam's are?
Shazam has most of the same abilities as Superman.
Okay.
Maybe to the same level, but Shazam's weakness is. Have you seen the show or the movie? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've seen Shazam.
His
I
weakness
really liked it.
He's also a kid.
Yeah.
He's not like crazy smart. At least at the start, he's a child, and if you could easily kill him as a child because he's a child.
Yeah.
So I think Shazam. I'm gonna go with Shazam, as much as I really want Static Shock to win it. But that's also because at their most powerful level, Shazam's going to be a lot smarter, a lot better with how he does everything. Static Shock is also going to be a lot smarter, but his powers aren't better. He's just a lot smarter and knows how to use his abilities better. I think Shazam wins.
So I'm going to outline. So Shazam, I don't know if you knew this. Shazam is a acronym for the following. S is for the wisdom of Solomon. H is for the strength of Hercules. A is for the stamina of Atlas. Z is for the power of Zeus. A is for the courage of Achilles. And M is for the speed of Mercury. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, so it says...
I did not know that.
He says, in order to access the powers of Captain Marvel, Batson must invoke the name of the wizard Shazam. I mean, this is probably all in the movie, but thereby summoning the spell's energies. But yeah, I thought that was interesting that it says. So I guess, well, it says Captain Marvel possesses the following superhuman and magical powers, and then it outlines the acronym for Shazam. So
yeah. I think his old name was Captain Marvel or something like that.
Okay, I was confused for a second.
Yeah, I think either because he was the original Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
But I think I don't know if they I don't know much about why they changed that, but he used to be Captain Marvel.
Okay. It says formerly Captain Marvel. Okay. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
All right. So next we got Green Lantern versus Aquaman. So I know that the Green Lantern movie is kind of panned, or at least the most recent one, and I actually haven't seen Aquaman, but I know that Aquaman is like super strong and everything because
he's like underwater Superman.
yeah, everything comes back to Superman. Green Lantern is obviously going to be very fast, and he can do a lot of things with the ring you mentioned before we got on here, just in our research.
Yeah.
So can he change into other, like he can't shapeshift or anything, can he?
So I don't know if he can shapeshift, but I do remember him being able to do things like create like he can create like kind of an ally with it, like something that helps him. But again, this thing says it all depends on the strength of will of the user and his imagination.
Okay.
So I don't know. This is another hard one because again, if we're fighting underwater, I think Aquaman.
Yeah, that is
Out of
something you
water?
gotta like think about.
I don't know what he can do out of water because it takes away one of his best things, which is he can control animals, underwater animals, or not control them, but I think he can kind of tell them.
Talk to them.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, you get enough things on Green Lantern, you can kill him. But he could heal with it, so you'd have to kill him fast. Out of water, I don't think he can talk to. I don't think he talks to animals. It's just underwater animals.
Yeah.
So I think. What do you think? Underwater or out of water? What's this battle happening?
Well, let's do. Let's assume. Okay. This is gonna be stupid, but so Aquaman is fighting from underwater.
Okay.
Green Lantern is like on top of the water, and they're fighting like between.
Okay, I got you.
They're both sideways.
Okay, so pretty much they both have the best.
They both have their
they're
the best of their worlds.
I think Aquaman wins because he has things like he's super strength, super hard to hurt. I mean, if we're going with their strongest, he also has the trident that's crazy powerful.
Yeah.
All these different things on him. I think Aquaman wins, and that's because Green Lantern, there's a lot of different Green Lanterns, like even in the comics. There's specific people that take the ring.
Yeah.
It doesn't say who's and what's the craziest thing they've done with them, but I'm still going with Aquaman.
I think with all the possibilities with Green Lantern, I know Aquaman is strong, but I think I'm gonna do an upset and put Green Lantern over Aquaman, just because of the possibilities that he can use at his disposal.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so this next one, I didn't really have another DC person, so I did Wonder Woman versus Alfred Pennyworth from Batman, the Butler. I remember watching the animated series, and he was in it, and I don't know. Did you ever play? There was a Cartoon Network. There was a game on CartoonNetwork.com called Cartoon Orbit, and it was like you would collect these digital cards, and then you could play online and match up, and like they had value. They had like a overall value, and then they would work with other cards and complement them, or it would be like +5 if next to Batman.
I've not played that, but I played a lot of games on there.
Yeah, so that was like one of my favorite games, and Alfred Pennyworth was a very high value card on that. So that's what I think of.
If we're giving him Batman as if he's doing what he does, I mean, he's on his own, he's not useless. Let's not use the word useless. But he's got a lot of stuff running against him. If he's got bad, I think he's got a good chance. But
He's very old.
Yeah, doesn't matter where you put him. Alfred's always the old dude, and he's just a really nice guy that you never want to die, but you know he could easily die. So, and I love Wonder Woman again. She's Superman.
I don't know where you're going with this. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say.
No.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
No.
Okay. Yeah,
Also
let's
a woman, yeah,
let's just
okay.
put that in pen over.
She also has
Wonder Woman.
The rope of truth or whatever it's called, the lasso of truth.
Yeah.
She could
She makes them tell the truth and everything.
But yeah, she's winning that.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So next up we got Starfire versus Joker, which I think Joker's the only villain I have on here because I was struggling to fill out the DC side. So Joker, especially Heath Ledger's Joker, is very intense and everything, and is definitely what's the word I'm looking for? Like good at being bad.
Yeah.
And is able to get things done in a like that he wants to show how like I don't know if powerful is the right word, but he's very good at being bad. I feel
he's a human, but like good at. He's smart, I guess. I guess smart is the best word. Where it's
yeah.
I mean, he was able to take. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that happens in the comics, but he's just like he turns it into a game. So
Yeah,
he's gonna be.
He's
smart
like a tactician.
Yeah, I think with and you got Joker against Starfire here. Starfire, her ability is that she's an alien. So she's got things like she's able to take a hit. She doesn't have any not superhuman strength, but like she's got better than human, but not like to the level of people like Shazam or Superman or
Right.
Captain Marvel or anything like that. This is the thing where I think Joker. It's hard. Starfire's not smart. Her thing is like she doesn't know much about humans. She comes over here. She more is like almost trying to learn. And I don't know where she gets into the comics. But if we're going off of like the Teen Titans one, she's not like crazy smart and she's easily. I don't know if ditzy might be the right word.
Yeah, like manipulate.
Yeah, she could, and that's Joker's thing is he can easily manipulate is the right word, but she could. Oh, he would. I think he'd win that.
Yeah. So we'll put Joker over Starfire there. Next we got Flash versus Beast Boy. So we know Flash is very fast. Let me look up Beast Boy.
This one's
So Beast Boy has the ability to morph and transform himself, or has seen it in an illustration, so he can shapeshift into animals. So I mean, I'm sure there's other powers, but it's basically shapeshift, speed. I feel like the way you took Quicksilver over Captain America and you use that as a decision making, I might have to use that decision making with Flash.
That's the same for me. Beast Boy has a way cooler way cooler powers. But I mean, there's not really one of those things he could turn into that's going to beat Flash. And Flash also has the ability of like kind of manipulating like electricity and whatnot, or not electricity, but he uses his speed in different ways. I think he wins that.
All right. Next up, we have Green Arrow versus Superman, which I think Arrow is just known as Arrow for that. Is it the CW show that they have? That's on Netflix now, I think. It's called The Arrow, I think. So I think we'll just put Superman in there.
Green Arrow just has. I mean, he's just like he's almost
like a Hawkeye.
Like Hawkeye. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no special things except he's really good at shooting arrows. So not as good Legolas.
So all right, let's take a break, and then when we come back, we will finish the bracket and see if Marvel or DC is better. Hey ladies, or men shopping for your ladies, check out Beautifully Made Boutique for the latest women's fashion trends. That's beautifully spelled beautiful with 2 E's on the end. Beautifully Made Boutique, found at beautifullymadeboutique.com and also on Facebook and Instagram. Use code TOP5 to get 15% off. Have fun shopping! We'd like to take a minute to tell you that today's episode is brought to you by theluckypenny.us. Follow theluckypenny.us for custom t-shirts, mugs, and onesies, all at a low cost to you. Use code TOP5, spell it out, TOPFIVE. Use code TOP5 for 10% off at theluckypenny.us. All right, and welcome back. We are going to continue into the second round, which would be the Sweet 16 of the superhero duel Marvel versus DC with my guest Stephen Rockstraw.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we got disagreement here on the first matchup. So I have Captain America, you have Quicksilver, both going against. Well, you said Wolverine. Yeah, I said Wolverine too, I think. I changed mine from Star-Lord to Wolverine.
I think we're going to end up with the same conclusion here, right?
Well,
no matter
I don't think because you took Quicksilver and I took Captain America, and
you don't think Captain America is going to beat Wolverine, do you?
Well, I had Star-Lord in here.
Oh, you picked Star-Lord.
Well, before I switched, I'm pretty sure we'd have to go back and look at the tape, I guess. But I'm pretty sure I took Wolverine. But when I filled this out originally, I put Star-Lord. So that's why I had a
I think we agreed on Wolverine when we went through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So knowing that, I think
I'll tell you this.
It's kind of,
even if Wolverine was sleeping, he would still, like, Captain America can't do anything to him. He could, I mean, you saw, like, there was so many, like, he opened up his body with his freaking claws to pull out something that was like there's ways to inhibit his like healing abilities, but like,
okay, so I haven't seen enough of Wolverine, so I'm just gonna have to trust you on this one and go Wolverine.
He's very he's just hard to kill. Even like not to say it would be like Wolverine would destroy him. It wouldn't be like, oh, every time. It's that Wolverine can't die, and you have to be smart enough to know how to kill him. And I think Captain America isn't that. Captain America's just, he's got bravery and all that dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Wolverine's
patriotic.
Wolverine's just got to get lucky while they're fighting and just kill him real quick.
Yeah. Okay, so this messes up my bracket, but I'll just learn it on the fly here. All right, so then we got let's see. We both had Scarlet Witch and Thor. So Scarlet Witch versus Thor.
I don't know how you feel about this one, but with with what we know of her in the MCU right now, and also her in the comic books, she's like insanely strong. So
yeah, she's gonna become one of the most powerful.
Yeah,
I feel like.
And even when she doesn't know what her abilities are, she's still crazy powerful. She can do things like she could convince Thor to go to a place where he's just gonna die. Like there's not much, and not to say Thor.
You really.
I'm just trying to. I can't think of a way Thor wins, but I don't know how that goes with you. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah. I put Scarlet Witch here.
I'm going Scarlet Witch as well.
Okay, so next up, we got Hulk versus Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Wait, is that right? Yeah, Hulk
Yeah,
versus Captain Marvel.
That's what we both had, I think. Captain Marvel is just a better version of Hulk. Hulk has all these abilities. She can do things like, I mean, Thanos scared Hulk back into where he didn't even want to come out. I mean, Captain Marvel could do that. No problem. I don't think Hulk wins. As much as I hate to say it.
All right.
But do you have an opinion?
Well, it's hard to like say why for me, but I feel like because Hulk's so powerful, but I guess Captain Marvel has like she's just so superhuman that
It's hard because
would
she
destroy.
doesn't have very many weaknesses.
Right.
Like Hulk's weakness is the things that happen like in the actual movies. Similar stuff I think happened in the comic books.
And he kind of becomes like a he does have the weaknesses and stuff. So, I'll agree with you, and Captain Marvel moves on.
We also have the thing where Hulk is crazy smart when he's in human form, unless we're counting the Endgame Hulk. I don't think he's able to exploit those small weaknesses that Captain Marvel has.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Okay, so we got. Did we both say Doctor Strange?
Yes.
So we have Doctor Strange versus Iron Man. This might be a little closer than you would think, but I think I'm gonna go Iron Man. What do you think?
I think Doctor Strange. So
Really?
my thing is that Iron Man has everything that humans can make. Doctor Strange has things outside of what humans can do. So he has mind control. He's got ways to defend himself. He doesn't have doesn't have the superhuman strength or anything like that. But because he knows and he's crazy smart, he can use all the abilities that, all the things that he would be able to defend himself with. And again, he can outsmart Iron Man, even though Iron Man is crazy smart.
All right, you're swaying me on these, but I'll go with Doctor Strange. I do like Doctor Strange.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to join you and put Doctor Strange through. All right, let's flip over to the other side of the bracket. We got Batman and Cyborg. So, should we just put Batman in there?
I'm just going to put Batman. Yeah.
Cyborg,
unless there's some stuff in the comic book that I don't know about, he's going to win that.
And then we got Shazam and
you picked Green Lantern for this. I picked Aquaman.
Okay. So you go first. Then
my pick is Shazam, and almost solely on the fact that Shazam was able to beat Superman in the comics.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So again, Shazam's weakness is that he has to make sure he's not in kid/human form when he's
right.
I think that he could beat Aquaman pretty easily because of the fact that Aquaman does have the water what's the word? Inhibitor? Whatever. Shazam's gonna win whether it's in water or on land. No matter what.
Okay, so I'm gonna push Shazam through too.
Oh.
As well.
All right.
And then all right, so we got Wonder Woman against Joker.
That's hard.
So yeah, I think Wonder Woman comes out on top on this.
I think she does.
Like Joker is obviously one of the best at what he does for in villainy, but I feel like Wonder Woman has a lot of powers at her disposal, and just her strength, and like she could tie up Joker and like ask where, or like tell me where the
where is she?
People are. Yeah, where is she?
I think Batman. The reason Joker did get so powerful or get so much done in the comics and everything is that Batman doesn't kill. I think Wonder Woman would just kill him. I think she's taking him out.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people she's killed in like I don't, because DC's a lot of their thing is like they don't want to kill the people. I think after he did enough, she would just kill him. I think that's what's happening. So yeah, I think Wonder Woman wins.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got Flash and Superman.
Superman.
So we'll do Superman there.
Yeah,
all right.
Superman,
So we got
quickness and everything. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
winning.
So we got in the Elite Eight, we have, well, let's see. Wolverine, Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
Oh, I'm trying to
Captain Marvel.
guess. Yeah, mine's all messed up now. Doctor
Captain
Strange.
Marvel and Doctor Strange. Did you put Iron Man above him? I think you did.
Well, I went back and agreed with you.
Okay. Heck yeah.
All right. And, okay. So we'll just do those matchups real quick. So who's your final four?
Okay. I'm putting I think I'm putting Scarlet Witch above Wolverine because one of the things that I was saying before is that Wolverine was able to hurt himself. With
Okay.
things like he was able to open up his body. And like there was in one of the movies, and I don't know if this happens in the comics, but there was like something that was inhibiting his healing. So when he got hurt, he wasn't able to heal as well and all this stuff. If she's able to take control of him, which she's obviously able to do, especially if she's just focusing on him and knowing her abilities, she could just have him kill himself.
Okay.
I think she wins that. If we're going at her strongest. I don't think I think Wolverine could win, but I think Scarlet Witch is going to win as long as she's at her smartest and strongest.
Okay. So I'll agree with you there. I have Scarlet Witch also in the final four. And then we have Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange.
And that one is on.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we both don't know enough about Captain Marvel, but that's
right.
I think.
And I think just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to put Doctor Strange in the final four.
I'm going to agree with you on this. You've seen the movie, Doctor Strange movie, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember how he beats the last dude?
I'm trying to remember right now.
He puts him in that like I don't know what it's called, but time goes on for like years and years of him just telling him, hey, I think it's something about making a deal, but he just keeps him in this constant loop of over and over the exact same thing happening until the guy just goes crazy, and then he has him run away or whatever he has him do. He could do that to Captain Marvel. She would go crazy. I think he's winning that. That's a good one. That's a good fight.
Then,
I think that's what he'd have to do is a very similar thing.
Yeah. All right. So should we just put? Well, I guess it could be closer than you think. So we got Batman and Shazam. What are you gonna do there?
Oh man.
I've always loved Batman, so I think I'm gonna put Batman through.
Batman's thing is he's like in a way, the opposite of Joker, where he's smart. He knows he's going to exploit their weaknesses. And Shazam's, if they're like going like 1v1 right now, they're like, we're about to fight. I think Shazam wins. But with Batman's normal thing is he prepares, he knows what he's doing, he's smart. Okay, I need to go about it this way. If we're going like that, which I think makes more sense, because I think that is Batman's abilities, is he's able to prepare much better than anyone else. I think I'd go with Shazam. With the fight Shazam versus Aquaman that I was doing, neither of their abilities they prepare. They just have abilities. I think Batman's one of his things is preparing is one of his big things, and I think he'd win that. He'd pick the right time and whatnot. I think Batman wins that. All
right, and then Superman versus Wonder Woman.
Superman's a better version of Wonder Woman, so I'll go with Superman, unfortunately.
All right, so we got Scarlet Witch, we got Doctor Strange, we got Batman and Superman. All right, Marvel side, Scarlet Witch versus Doctor Strange.
So with all the things that I am, and I kind of want you to make this decision for both of us.
Okay.
So,
So we've emphasized Scarlet Witch's powers and how she's one of the most powerful in Marvel right now, and just the show brings out, especially with the last few episodes that showed how powerful she was, and Doctor Strange also having all those mystical powers and going through the dimensions and being a central point in Endgame, and when they brought out all those timelines, or not the timelines, but how they were able to join the army at the end.
yeah.
I think it's not quite a toss up, but I think Scarlet Witch comes out on top just because of how powerful she looks right now. And man, it's really close though, because to me, I don't know, because Doctor Strange does have a lot at his disposal, but I think I'm going to go with Scarlet Witch and put her in the championship.
So I think, so Scarlet Witch, in terms of like just power, she's stronger. She's easily has more power than Doctor Strange in almost every way.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, I think, to me is a similar thing to Batman, where he's smarter. He uses their weaknesses and whatnot. He goes about things different ways and whatnot. But
yeah, he's very intelligent.
In the movie, Scarlet Witch is able to, just stay with Thanos, no problem.
Yeah.
Thanos had all the stones, had everything. Doctor Strange had them all at one point, or had he might have just had one stone. But Doctor Strange wasn't able to do anything against him. Like, he was not weak against him, but like Thanos was able to kind of destroy him. One other thing is, I think in the comic books, Doctor Strange has a lot of genius to him, where he knows how to go about stuff. But if Scarlet Witch is mad, she wins 100%. 100%. If she's angry, she's going to win. In the comics, she kills like half of the Avengers, I think, because she goes insane. So I'm going with Scarlet Witch because I'm going to go at her very best. She wins that.
Okay. All right, and then we got the legendary matchup that we have seen in a movie before. Batman vs Superman. This one's hard for me because I've always loved Batman. But obviously, I don't know if it's obvious, but Superman does have like better abilities. I feel like more superhuman. Batman is more of the because Superman is an otherworldly creature, but yeah. So Batman, you have kind of like the peak human ability, and Superman the superhuman ability.
I think the hard thing with this is the defense I've given Batman is he knows how to be smart about it. I mean, in the movie they gave him the preparedness of having kryptonite.
Yeah.
I think that's a little cheaty with Superman, but I want to pick Batman because I like Batman as a character so much more. If we're going Henry Cavill Superman now, that's different. But I think if we're going, he prepares with everything with it. I think Superman should, even though he didn't win in the movie, I think he should win.
Yeah.
I think that Superman wins as much as I.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. So we have. Yeah. Okay. So drum roll, please. We have Scarlet Witch versus Superman. This is not the championship I thought I was going to have when I started this. So this has really caught me at a loss here. But I think I know what I'm going with.
So let me hear your I want to hear who you're going, and then let me kind of.
I don't have. I feel like I should have better for this, but Okay, so Superman comes from another planet, flying
Mhm.
on a mission, and Scarlet Witch is mad. She enslaves a town and is able to go through the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s for sitcoms and just create this whole town. And like this doesn't really have to do with a fight or anything, but
Mhm.
just the ability to have power over that many people to just live a life, not their own life, but like live a reality that she's making for them. To do that with so many people, just the power that takes, and then she can put that into her like force field thing or whatever.
Mhm.
And it would be interesting to see if there was like a what do you call it? Not Pokemon. What's the Kamehameha?
The
What's
what?
that? The Kamehameha thing?
What?
You know, the anime.
The Kami?
When he goes Kamehameha. What show is it?
Wait, are you talking about like Naruto or something?
Yeah, something like that. So like if they did that to each other.
Okay.
So if you're taking just the absolute strength of Scarlet Witch versus Superman, or Superman uses his laser eyes or something.
Mhm.
That's what we're looking at here. And I think, well, do you want me to say who I think, or
It's up to you.
do you want to do your
I
analysis
have
too?
my pick, but there's
I think I'm gonna have to go Scarlet Witch for the champion.
Okay. And so if we're going straight up how she is in MCU, I think it's a little closer than it should be. Because one of the things is in Endgame or Infinity War, I'm sorry, she kills someone who's supposed to be unkillable, which is Vision. She kills him, destroys the stone. She doesn't just like she doesn't just like, weaken it. She destroys it while she's holding back Thanos, who has all the other Infinity Stones, who just like destroyed all the Avengers, killed Loki, no problem. Um, uh, so she's doing all this while she doesn't even know her abilities.
Yeah.
Wrecks like all of his army that comes up in Wakanda. So with that, I think it's close. I think if we were just going off of that, Superman wins. But at her very best, which I don't know if they get to that in the MCU, but at her very
So
best,
like her
comics,
potential.
she wins because not only does she have that, she has the ability to, what do you call it? Confuse and kind of sway him in different ways. I'm sure he's got an incredible brain. So her solely focusing on him, she can convince him to do other things. Kind of what I was saying she could do to Wolverine. I mean, and if she knows, I mean, everybody knows Superman. Everyone knows his weakness is kryptonite. She could probably figure something out. I think she wins it.
This might. I'm thinking like before WandaVision and before, like, say we're listening to this as like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You would be like, who is Scarlet Witch and why are we putting her above Superman? Like, but it makes sense now, I feel like.
Looking at it, and I want to see, I got to read more into the comics, but I think with the way Superman has been beaten in the comics, has been beaten in the, if you want to count the Batman vs Superman thing. And not to say Scarlet Witch's biggest weakness is that she's emotional, which sucks because it makes sense because she is so powerful. That's kind of
because she's had so much trauma and everything.
Yeah. So maybe Superman killed Vision and Wanda killed Lois Lane. Scarlet Witch wins. If we're evening it up as much as we can, because I think she gets more powerful when she's angry. Like I said, she killed it was either half the X-Men or half the Avengers. Either way. There's a lot
Yeah.
more X-Men than there are
Yeah.
Avengers. So yeah, I'm with you, Scarlet Witch.
Okay. Scarlet Witch for the win. You've heard it here first, folks. All right. Well, thank you for listening to our superhero duel. Oh, one more question, Stephen. Who is better, Marvel or DC?
With heroes,
I mean, it's got to be Marvel, right?
with heroes, it's Marvel, but villains, it's DC.
Oh, there you go.
Because Batman is the best DC superhero.
Yeah.
But the villains in DC, I mean, Batman alone has some of the coolest villains of all time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Penguin, Riddler.
Even if they're not like powerful villains, they're super
even
cool.
if they're like jokey, kind of. Yeah. Like, yeah. Well, thank you for your expert analysis, and thank you all for listening. Another bracketology episode is in the books. Join us next week as I think we'll do video games for next week, or there's another one that I have scheduled also. So like us on Facebook. If you want to send us a comment or suggestion, send us an email at top5deadoralivepod@gmail.com. So you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts. We're also on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Listen Notes, and wherever you get your podcasts. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.